Hello, everyone. I am Mr. Dishwasher. In the previous video, we talked about how Naruto embarked on a 3-year training journey with Jiraiya. 3 years later, Naruto returns to the village. He is still the same youthful, cheerful, and sunny Naruto we remember.
懐かしい。全然変わってねってばよ。
Next, Naruto and Sakura have a long-awaited reunion. Tsunade arranges for Kakashi to test the two. Afterward, Shikamaru and Temari appear together. Shikamaru reveals that, for now, Naruto is the only one who remains a genin. Meanwhile, Gaara has become the Kazekage of Sunagakure. At the same time, Sunagakure is discussing the Akatsuki organization. Akatsuki consists of 10 S-rank rogue ninjas with extraordinary power. Their goal is the Nine-Tails sealed within Naruto, but their true intentions remain a mystery. They are easily recognizable by their distinctive cloud-patterned cloaks. In the midst of their conversation, 2 Akatsuki members have already entered the Land of Wind. On the other hand, Kakashi is conducting a test for Naruto and Sakura, the competition for bells. Kakashi activates his Sharingan. However, Naruto and Sakura are stronger than before. They work together and manage to take the bells, passing the test. In Sunagakure, 2 Akatsuki members have eliminated all the peripheral guards. Deidara creates a large bird made of clay and declares his intention to enlighten Sunagakure with art. And what is art? Art is...
爆発だ。
After that, Deidara infiltrates Sunagakure, only to be met by the Kazekage, Gaara. Gaara uses his sand to probe Deidara's movements, while Deidara soars into the air aboard his giant bird. Gaara takes the opportunity to chase after him and controls the sand to attack again. Deidara retaliates by using explosive clay birds to block the sand and even controls the birds to attack Gaara. This forces Gaara to use his sand shield to defend against the onslaught. In response, Gaara uses his sand to pressurize Deidara and create a whirlwind of yellow sand. Deidara leaps and dodges skillfully. Continuing, as the battle grows intense, Gaara uses the sand to crush Deidara's arm. However, at this moment, Deidara also completes his ultimate move, the C3 bomb. He intends to baptize the entire village with his art. A stunning yellow light bursts from the bomb, and Sunagakure is on the brink of destruction. In this moment of peril, Gaara wraps the bomb with his sand to protect the village. However, he overlooks his own defense. The absolute defense sand shield is already infested with bomb insects. With a deafening explosion, the absolute defense is utterly broken, and Gaara is left badly injured. With his last strength, he removes the sand covering the village and collapses. At this moment, the Sand Village ninjas are deeply moved. They launch a frantic counterattack against Deidara. However, Deidara pierces through the rain of arrows and seizes the unconscious Gaara, making his escape. From then on, Gaara is captured by the Akatsuki. Subsequently, Kankuro, acting alone, catches up to Deidara and Sasori. Seeing this, Sasori engages Kankuro, knowing that Kankuro is no match for him. In the blink of an eye, Kankuro's puppets are shattered, and he himself is poisoned. It turns out that Sasori is the genius modeling specialist of the Puppet Brigade who left the village 20 years ago, known as Sasori of the Red Sand. Shortly after, Kankuro falls, and Sasori departs. On the other side, Tsunade receives a plea for help from Sunagakure and sends Kakashi's team to provide support. Simultaneously, Kankuro is found and taken to the hospital. When the ninjas learn that Kankuro is wounded by Sasori, they decide to seek assistance from Chiyo, who happens to be Sasori's grandmother. However, even Chiyo can't cure Kankuro's poison. She claims that only Tsunade in the current era can neutralize such a potent poison. In Konoha, Tsunade has a sense of foreboding and decides to dispatch Konoha's sublime green beast to help Kakashi. On the other side, Deidara and Sasori return to the Akatsuki organization's base. Other members of the organization also appear using holographic communication. Together, they summon the demonic statue of the Outer Path and start to extract the tailed beast from Gaara. Once the tailed beast is extracted, death awaits Gaara. Meanwhile, Kakashi and his team finally reach Sunagakure. Sakura quickly works to save Kankuro, having spent 3 years mastering Tsunade's medical techniques. With her careful treatment, Sakura successfully removes the toxins and saves Kankuro. After Kankuro wakes up, he hands a piece of Sasori's cloth to Kakashi. Kakashi summons his ninja dogs and uses their sense of smell to track down their target. Before departing, Naruto promises Kankuro that he will rescue Gaara. Chiyo also joins the rescue mission, and the team prepares to set out. On the other side, members of the Akatsuki organization eavesdrop on Konoha's team's actions. They immediately send Itachi and Kisame to intercept. Itachi faces Kakashi's team, and Kisame confronts Team Guy. Kisame wastes no time and unleashes a water release attack, creating a massive torrent of water. Kisame single-handedly takes on 4 opponents and uses the water prison technique to control 3 of them. Seeing the situation, Guy wields his nunchaku and engages in a fierce battle with Kisame. The two combatants are evenly matched. Kisame then uses the water shark bullet technique, punching Guy into the water. Unexpectedly, Kisame's strength increases while underwater. He releases chakra sharks to attack Guy, putting him in grave danger. In this critical moment, Guy finally unlocks the 6th gate of 8 gates, the Gate of View. His chakra surges, splitting the river into 2. Guy rapidly attacks Kisame, flames covering his legs, delivering a powerful kick that sends Kisame flying. With the advantage on his side, Guy unleashes the ultimate technique of the 6th gate, the Morning Peacock. And so, Kisame is completely defeated. On the other side, Itachi remains motionless, while Kakashi cannot hold back any longer and launches an attack. Naruto takes advantage of the situation and sends Itachi flying with a Rasengan. However, it turns out that was just an Itachi clone, and Naruto falls into Tsukuyomi. At this moment, Naruto's companions around him all transform into copies of Itachi. Half of Naruto's face becomes Sasuke, a small Sakura appears in his stomach, and even Kakashi grows from his arm. In an instant, Naruto becomes overwhelmed, and it seems he can't hold on. In the nick of time, Sakura and Chiyo come to Naruto's aid, transmitting chakra to him and breaking the genjutsu. Afterward, everyone attempts to use their ultimate moves on Itachi, but he easily evades them. Then, Kakashi employs the hiding in mist technique to block Itachi's genjutsu effectively. However, Itachi dispels the fog with a fire release jutsu and subsequently uses Tsukuyomi on Kakashi. Fortunately, this is only a Kakashi clone, successfully deceiving Itachi. Taking advantage of this opening, Naruto launches a Rasengan and finally knocks down Itachi. At this moment, a mysterious smile appears on Itachi's face. It turns out that Kisame and Itachi in front of everyone are just substitutes, and their chakra is only 1/3 of the real ones. Thus, the disturbance comes to a temporary conclusion, and the group continues their mission to rescue Gaara. Along the way, Chiyo reveals the truth about Jinchuriki. They are individuals in whom the tailed beasts are sealed. Sunagakure sealed the powerful one-tail, Shikaku, inside Gaara to control its immense power, which directly led to Gaara's tragic childhood. Upon hearing this, Sakura shows a pained expression, but Naruto firmly declares that he will rescue Gaara. Chiyo then learns about Naruto also being a Jinchuriki, which surprises her greatly. Witnessing how Naruto maintains his cheerful disposition despite a difficult childhood, Chiyo changes her cold and aloof perspective on life. Afterward, everyone finally arrives at the doorstep of the Akatsuki organization's base. Niji, using his Byakugan, peers into the base and discovers the demonic statue of the Outer Path. At this point, the Akatsuki organization also becomes aware of Kakashi and the others being outside. Leader Pain issues the command for Deidara and Sasori to go out to confront the enemy and also demands the capture of Naruto. Outside the base, the group encounters a barrier at the entrance, leaving them momentarily helpless. It isn't until Niji finds the seals that bound the barrier that they manage to break through. However, they just see Gaara's lifeless body. The Shikaku has been extracted from him, and this ignites Naruto's fury, even causing his eyes to turn a blood-like red. Immediately, Deidara crafts a large clay bird to carry Gaara's body away. In response, Naruto and Kakashi set off in pursuit. Meanwhile, Sakura and Chiyo stay at the base. At the same time, Guy's team outside falls victim to a trap. A mirror image of themselves with the same abilities appears in front of each member, and they are forced into tough battles. As time passes, Guy and his team's physical strength and chakra are continuously depleted. Fortunately, they quickly discern the weakness of the mirror images. They can only imitate their past actions. By continually improving themselves in the present, they can defeat their mirror images. Simultaneously, facing the flying Deidara, Kakashi activates his Sharingan, and together with Naruto, pursues him. On the other hand, Chiyo finally meets her grandson. Torn between family and duty, she chooses to engage in a battle with Sasori. In response, Sasori rips apart his cloak of auspicious clouds, revealing his puppet-like body. As it turns out, his true self is hidden within the puppet. Following this, Chiyo and Sakura discuss their strategy and launch a combined attack, dodging a rain of weapons that come down like a storm. Sakura eventually steps in front of Sasori. Sasori's shell is shattered with a single punch from Sakura, revealing his true form. Simultaneously, Sasori also discovers Sakura's ability to evade his hidden weapons. It turns out that Chiyo controls Sakura's movements through chakra strings, allowing her to dodge effectively. Chiyo is also astonished to find Sasori's appearance unchanged from 20 years ago. Subsequently, Sasori summons his ace puppet, the third Kazekage, and engages in a fierce battle with Sakura. Despite Sakura's adept evasion under Chiyo's control, Sasori unleashes a toxic mist to attack her. He also uses ropes to restrain Sakura and start a grappling match with Chiyo. At a critical moment, Sakura detonates an explosive tag, creating an escape route. However, Sasori's subsequent attacks catch her off guard. In the nick of time, Chiyo summons two puppets resembling Sasori's parents to block Sasori's deadly kunai. These two puppets have been crafted by none other than Sasori himself. Soon, a fierce battle erupts as the parents confront the third Kazekage. Watching the intense battle unfold, Sasori takes control of the third Kazekage puppet and unleashes his unique technique, the Iron Sand. Surprisingly, the puppets created by Sasori can replicate the abilities of their living counterparts. Iron Sand has versatile applications for both offense and defense. Chiyo's puppet finds itself immobilized as the Iron Sand infiltrates its joints, while Sasori continues his relentless assault. Unexpectedly, Chiyo manages to block a fatal blow with her own hand, revealing that she has also augmented parts of her body with mechanical enhancements. Amidst the fierce battle, Chiyo reminisces about Sasori's past. Sasori was born into a happy family of 3, but his parents were killed during the Great Shinobi War when they were attacked by Konoha's White Fang, Kakashi's father, Tsukumo. Left without the love of his parents, Sasori created parental puppets to keep him company, perhaps the last source of warmth during his lonely childhood. Back on the battlefield, Sasori uses the Iron Sand gathering assault. At this point, Chiyo's puppet is compromised, and she urges Sakura to retreat. However, after 3 years of growth, Sakura has become courageous and resolute. She insists that Chiyo uses her as a puppet, and with this decision, she charges bravely into the conflict, reigniting the battle. The combat escalates, and Sakura increasingly struggles to defend herself. Sasori then releases the Iron Sand World method, causing torrents of sharp, sand spikes to rain down relentlessly. Chiyo and Sakura sustain heavy injuries amidst the chaotic melee. To make matters worse, the Iron Sand carries a potent poison, and Sakura collapses, her strength waning. Yet, as Sasori takes control of the Kazekage puppet and lunges toward her, Sakura manages to shatter the puppet with a single punch. Little does Sasori know, Sakura has prepared 3 antidotes to grant her a 3-minute immunity to the poison. With only 1 antidote left, she must make a life-or-death fight within the next 3 minutes. Then, Sasori reveals various weapons hidden on his person and releases flames that engulf Sakura and Chiyo. The scorching heat is so intense that it can melt puppets and kunai. He then unleashes razor-sharp, high-pressure water jets that send the two of them fleeing with injuries. Subsequently, Sasori uses a rope to strike Sakura, but this unintentionally provides Sakura an opportunity to get close. Taking a deep breath, Sakura prepares to unleash her powerful fist. Under the assault of Sakura's attacks, Sasori shatters but swiftly returns to his original state. In response, Chiyo retrieves a scroll and summons 10 white puppets. The strength of a puppet master is directly related to the number of puppets they can control. But Sasori's power surpasses all expectations. He summons 100 red puppets, covering the landscape as far as the eye can see, and the battle begins. At present, Sakura and the white puppets work in perfect harmony, constantly destroying the red puppets. However, with the decreasing number of puppets, Sasori's control becomes more precise. Not only are Sakura and Chiyo injured and poisoned, but the white puppets also suffer losses. At this moment, Sakura concentrates and, with the help of the puppet's cover, rushes to Sasori. She vigorously throws an item given to her by Chiyo, which unexpectedly seals Sasori directly. But just as the two are distracted, Sasori suddenly appears behind Chiyo, launching an attack with blood splattering. Astonishingly, Sakura uses her own body to block this lightning-fast attack. At this moment, Chiyo finally understands that Sasori's core is his cylindrical heart. With the poison now taking effect, Chiyo uses the only remaining antidote on Sakura. Afterwards, Sasori takes a sword from his arm. However, as he attempts to strike Sakura, 2 knives pierce his heart. By now, Sakura is overwhelmed and collapses on the ground, while Chiyo, deeply moved by Sakura's self-sacrifice, decides to use her technique, one's own life reincarnation, to heal Sakura with her own life force. Witnessing this, Sasori begins taunting, claiming his pursuit of art is eternal life, and he also reveals that he has set a spy among Orochimaru's subordinates. They will meet at Tenchi Bridge in 10 days. However, before he can finish his words, Sasori's voice abruptly falls silent, as he quietly passes away. At this moment, Chiyo reveals that Sasori saw through her trap at the very end but chose not to evade it. Perhaps he had grown weary of such a life and ended his life at the hands of his parents, dying in their embrace. Maybe it was a kind of happiness for Sasori. On the other side, Deidara continuously uses explosions to block Naruto and Kakashi. He provocatively directs Naruto's attention to Gaara on the bird's back. Enraged, Naruto is about to rush forward, but Kakashi stops him and forms hand signs to unleash his ultimate technique. Unexpectedly, he remarkably unlocks the Mangekyo Sharingan and releases Kamui. Time twists, and space trembles. Deidara struggles desperately, but to no avail. However, Kakashi can't control Kamui's release perfectly, ultimately only absorbing one of Deidara's arms. Following that, Naruto suddenly dashes to Deidara, launching a Rasengan that sends Deidara flying and rescues Gaara. However, Gaara has already succumbed to death at that moment. This revelation drives Naruto into a fit of anger, unleashing his boundless fury upon Deidara, who has lost an arm. But in the end, Naruto realizes he has been deceived by Deidara's clay clone. This causes Naruto to lose his composure, and the Ninetales chakra envelopes him. For a moment, Naruto wreaks havoc in the surroundings, even contemplating attacking Kakashi. Fortunately, Kakashi utilizes a sealing scroll from Jiraiya to suppress Naruto's rampage. Simultaneously, Deidara prepares to seize the opportunity to escape. However, Guy's team discovers and thwarts him, igniting another battle. At this moment, Deidara escapes to a giant bird's side, claiming to showcase his art. Before anyone can react, he unleashes a powerful explosion that threatens to consume them all. At the last moment, Kakashi once again employs Kamui to save everyone. Yet, Deidara manages to hide underground during the explosion and disappears from sight. Regardless, the battle ends here, and Gaara remains lifeless. Afterward, everyone approaches Gaara's lifeless body. Naruto, overwhelmed with sorrow, sheds tears. He feels a deep sense of self-blame. It is his own weakness that has led to the successive loss of Sasuke and Gaara. Now, Chiyo is deeply moved by Naruto's words. Step by step, she walks to Gaara's side and once again uses the one's own life reincarnation jutsu. This time, Chiyo exchanges her own life to save Gaara's life. In her final moments, Chiyo looks at Naruto and expresses her belief that a new generation of ninja like him can build a world. She considers it a wonderful thing that such new generations can emerge. She hopes that Naruto will become a truly unique Hokage in history. After that, Chiyo closes her eyes, and Gaara wakes up. Soon ninjas stand by his side. Just like third Hokage, Chiyo has entrusted the future to both Naruto and Gaara, and they are determined to carry that torch, allowing the radiant light of hope to shine upon the entire ninja world.
今にも笑い出しそうなそんな安らかな顔をしておるよ。
Alright, the above summarizes the main story of the first chapter of Naruto, Shippūden. Chiyo sacrifices her life to bring Gaara back. The Akatsuki organization comes face to face with Naruto. What will happen next? We'll discuss it in the next video. Your support means a lot to me. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.